How you doing, friends? Welcome back. So my name is Rick and this is Winder's Ranger. So today's video we're going to work on the rooftop air conditioner in the bedroom, the front bedroom of the fifth wheel. If you remember, I installed a mini split AC. It works good. It doesn't really work so good for my application. The single zone, I wasn't able to get the cool air up into the front bedroom here quite like I wanted it to. So for that reason, I haven't been using the mini split. It's actually going to be taken apart, and I'm going to take it out of the RV and do something else with it. Which brings me to the rooftop air conditioner here. The rooftop air conditioner, as you can see, I installed an exterior intake filter to kind of take the place of the foam filter that comes stock with those air conditioners. The foam filter really doesn't work adequately. Having the indoor or the intake filter there, I've had them on both this one and the downstairs air conditioner. It's worked just fine. That's not my issue. The issue is this particular model. It's a Duotherm 2 Dometic. Had some sort of a manufacturer defect. I think it's got a coolant leak, but from what I'm told, it has a manufacturer defect that probably, I would guess, is clogging up the Freon and not allowing it to circulate through the condenser like it's supposed to, and it ends up freezing up on me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this air conditioner off. We've got a new replacement unit for the outside. The indoor control box and the face shield that you see here, that's all going to remain. It was going to be replaced. It's not replaced, but reused. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to take this apart, and then we're going to get the other unit up on the roof, and we'll go from there. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to take this filter off, take the plastic cover off, and we have to get inside of each one of these caps. There's one here, and then there's a couple of screws inside of here. So we're going to take that off first and expose the screws we need to get to. So we've got screw here, and I still got to get the cap off on both sides of this. Apparently you just stick a screwdriver or something small in there and pull that off. And that should expose or remove this plastic casing. So there's the two caps, all the screws. This is that faceplate and the screen that had the filter. Of course, there's the filter that was taped to the outside of that. This will need cleaned up. It's got a little bit of dirt and whatnot on it. But up here is the inside portion. This is the blower side. So the squirrel cage, so to speak, is up inside there. It's a little dark. Control board. I think there's a problem with this also, that if this quick cool, there's a vent here, like a louver you can open and close, and that changes the air direction from the air vents to just blowing straight out of here. If I close this and try to blow air through the air vents, this thing will go through one cycle and then shut off, and it won't come back on, or it takes a long time for it to come back on. And that, from what I understand, is a problem inside of this this control box. I did not get one of these, so that's not going to be taken care of today, unfortunately. But of course, we've got the power to disconnect. We're going to do that now. And from what I understand, there's some it's kind of like almost like an all thread. It's just a long bolt here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We loosen those, and then the air conditioner should be loose from the top. I think this thing will actually come down out of the ceiling also. We'll pull that down and probably push up on the inside of the air conditioner. We can break that loose, and then we'll go outside. Alright, so these are the 4 bolts. That's probably a good 8 or 10 inches long, give or take a little bit, maybe 8 inches or so. This is the metal plate that the bolts were holding up. This is the diaphragm. Well, we'll call it a diaphragm. Maybe a air dam would be more correct. That blocks the air from the discharge side and the intake side. So the air is coming up through the filter through here, and then into the air conditioner through the condenser, and then gets blown back down through here once it's been cooled. And up there that's the squirrel cage, the blower side. There's the sticker if you happen to need the information on what this is. And of course all the wires. Oh, and there's also a thermostat hooked up inside the condenser there. I got to pull that down, and then that thing should be loose from the roof. We'll just push on it a little bit to make sure that it's broken loose, and then we can go put the other one up on the roof. Alright, sorry, I've only got 2 hands here. I can't hold the camera and film and take all this stuff up apart at the same time, but let's see here if I can get this to focus. Come on, focus. Well, alright. Anyway, there's the little thermometer, or temperature sensor is probably what it is, not really a thermostat, but that goes up in the fins on the intake side. It's got a little bit of dirt and stuff on it. That'll have to be cleaned up. But I pushed on the air conditioner, and you can see there's the outside, so it's loose from the roof. I just got to go up and put the new one on and take this one off. Alright, so I skipped a couple steps here. Well, we got the new one up here, which was a task in itself. There's the old one. It's kind of washed out with the white roof. I had to take the lid off, which is getting ready to blow off the roof. Let me scoot that back up here. What I'm going to do is, because everything else on the roof is black, I'm going to take the cover off of this one, switch it with the old one, and then the cover will just go with the old unit there. Looks like it had a little bit of damage here, which is not cool. I don't think it's going to really affect anything. You can see here it's kind of wavy. I don't know if that's a manufacturer thing, you know, from that pressed metal, or if maybe it got dropped somewhere, but it's got foam, like 3/4 inch foam around the base of it. So I think it'll be okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, it's not like it's a super quality item anyway, so main thing is I want to make sure it doesn't leak. That's what we're really concerned about. And those long 8-inch or 10-inch bolts that holds this thing down to the roof, they man, the wind's really getting up. They can compress that foam enough that it looks like it gets a good seal. So what I'll do is, once I switch this out, I've already tested it, it runs fine. Maybe run a little bit of water up here or something, just to make sure that we don't get a surprise later and it starts leaking on me. So let me get these covers switched out, and we'll get this old unit off the roof, and we'll get down off of here and I'll show you the inside. Alright, so we got the metal plate put back in. The 4 bolts are put back. Got the thermistor, or whatever that thing is called, thermometer, whatever. Anyway, got that put back in. The wire was hooked in. The wire's not, I didn't really pay close attention. I guess I could go back and look at the video, but I didn't go back and, or I didn't really pay attention to what orientation this was in. And it doesn't look to me like it's directional. You can stick it in either way, so I don't know. It works, so I guess it's right. Like I said, I guess I'll go back and look at the video and make sure, but anyway, I've already had it running. Let me start it back up again here. There's a thermostat. It's cool outside, so it's kind of hard to know where to set it. We'll set it at 68. Let it kick on here. It's blowing nice and cool. I guess I can go get my infrared thermometer, see what it's blowing. But like I said, the temperature outside is not a really good indication of how well this thing works, because it's not hot out. So I was just cleaning up the trim piece there. I'm going to put that back in. I'm going to use the same filter right there for now. So I have to cut a new one out. They, you know, obviously they don't make something like that for these air conditioners, so I have to hand make that. And I really didn't prepare for that. I didn't pre-make one, so I'm just going to reuse the old one for now. It's not really all that bad. But it's definitely a little quieter than the old one, even with all this stuff off of there. So we'll get this trim piece put back on. Let me get the thermometer. We'll measure the temperature, see what it's blowing out of it. Let me do that real quick before we put that trim on. Now while we're in the back here, obviously the back door is open, so I could get up on the roof. It was a little easier with my ladder. Let's measure the temperature outside here, because this has been open for a while, and see what the temperature is. So 68 degrees out here. Well, let's just check the comforter here right in front of the bed, on the end of the bed where it's blowing. 61. Let's see if I can do this without getting a bunch of wind in the camera. 56, 54, 46, 40, 38, 30. Whoa, 29. 46. So it's blowing nice and cold anyway. 42 on that metal trim there. 46, 47. So we'll check it again when the temperature comes up in a couple days after the cold front moves through. But there you go, it's working. So we'll just put this trim back on and tighten this thing up, and then I got to put all my stuff away. But it wasn't quite as hard as I thought it was going to be. The worst part of the job really was trying to get that thing up on the roof. The old one's easy. I just tossed it off to the side and it crashed down on the ground. It's a lot of styrofoam inside that thing, so it's not like it's going to bounce and go anywhere. All in all, I mean, actual putting this thing in, I mean, outside of running around up and down on the roof getting tools, if you don't count that time in, I've got probably 2 hours of putting this thing in. A little bit of time cleaning the roof, you know, where the seal of the air conditioner sits on the roof itself. Other than that, it really wasn't as bad of a job as what I was expecting it to be. There it is, all done. So I guess in a couple days, once the temperature comes back up, we'll see how it does. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. That really helps out a lot and helps get the video out on the platform. And if you want to stay tuned for other videos and things coming up in the future, make sure you subscribe, and that'll keep you up to date on new videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.